Master of Sass, only one can remain. Look at that, Cole said, standing at the railing and looking at the island. Awesome, Kai breathed. Let me see, Karloff said, shoving Kai aside. Do you mind? Kai said, annoyed. Welcome to Chen's Island. The Tournament of Elements welcomes its brave fighters, Klaus announced. He turned. Master Chen will be pleased you've returned, Sensei Garmadon, he said. The pleasure is all mine, Klaus, Garmadon said sarcastically. I'm sure it is, Klaus replied, equally sarcastic. Definitely feeling some tension between you two, Jay mumbled as they walked off the ferry and into the courtyard of Chen's palace. Yeah, and how is it we're on an island I've never seen on any map? Kai asked. And care to explain how the Face to Ninjago's most popular noodle house is secretly assembling an underground fighting tournament? Cole said. What history do you have with Master Chen and Klaus? Irene asked. Garmadon was silent for a moment. Master Chen used to be a friend. Now he's a traitor. During the Serpentine Wars, Chen turned against his own kind and sided with the treacherous snakes. He finally said, The battle you and Uncle Wu fought together in? He was an enemy? Lloyd asked. Garmadon nodded. He used deception to divide the elemental masters. We barely defeated the Serpentine, and in a deal for his surrender, Chen was to never leave this island. Little did we know he'd begin to build his criminal empire from here, he said. He may have divided our ancestors, but he's not going to divide us, Lloyd declared. Kai saw the girl in the orange hoodie walking behind him. Ladies first, he cried, shoving the other ninjas aside. The girl walked past without even a glance. Fire will melt her icy heart. Just wait, he whispered to himself, staring after her. Kai smacked the top of his head. Ladies first, huh? What do I look like to you, a pineapple? She demanded, smacking him again. Ow, okay, sorry, Kai apologized, raising his hand to shield himself. Garmadon sighed. This is a big island. Zane could be anywhere. Keep an eye out, Cole said. Jay looked around. So this is the house that Noodles built, he mused. Ha! Always wanted to go to a red carpet event. Chen lives like a king. Here, he's totally self-sufficient. The only way on or off this island is with his permission, which you have to earn, Garmadon said. You never told me about this place. How do you know so much about this island? Lloyd asked. Because before Chen was my enemy, he was my sensei, Garmadon said, pulling at his sleeve to reveal a purple snake tattoo. The ninja were all shocked. Even Jay and Irene were speechless. You never told me you had a sensei, Lloyd whispered as they entered the palace and sat down. When I was your age, I sought a darker means of guidance. He taught me to win at all costs, no matter who I hurt. It wasn't until you saved me that I saw the light, Garmadon replied. Apparently he also never taught you to have a sense of humor. Lighten up! We're in an underground fight club. This is supposed to be fun, Jay said. One thug banged a gong as another turned on a record player. Corny music playing as Klaus announced, All rise for Master Chen. The double doors opened and a throne was carried in. The man on the throne wore a skeletal headdress with a dead snake on it. That must be Master Chen, Irene surmised. He looks really gross. Welcome to the Tournament of Elements, Chen announced. Now everyone can all die. The doors slammed shut and everyone gasped. Direct your attention to me, he finished with a cackle. I forgot to mention he has a penchant for theatrics, Garmadon whispered. Never have so many elemental fighters been under one roof, Chen began. I see Master of Fire, Earth, Shadow, Speed, even a prophesied green savior. And a former pupil has returned. He then gestured to the gong, pointing out the serpentine insignia carved into the metal. This symbol before you is for the Anacondri, fiercest serpentine warrior to ever roam this land. Its creed, only one can remain. The gong was moved aside to reveal a tournament bracket, showing who was fighting who. Good, looks like we're each in our own bracket. We won't have to face each other for a while, Kai whispered. Better find Zane before that happens, Lloyd said. Irene looked at the person in her bracket. It was a girl with blonde hair and a bun, and gray eyes that were almost silver. She looked for the girl in the crowd, spotting her sitting beside a girl with a bright green ponytail. Who is she? The blonde girl turned and looked right at Irene. A shiver ran down Irene's spine. She knows something I don't. Chen held up a blade carved from green stone. Behold, a jade blade! Here, it represents life. Obtain it and move on. Allow your opponent to take it. Loser! The rules are simple. Every match will be different. No two fights will be the same. Your powers will keep you in the tournament. Use it or lose it. What does Karloff win? Karloff asked, scratching his beard. Win and stay on the island, Chen said. Win it all and you'll receive fortunes beyond your wildest dreams and lifetime supply of Master Chen noodles. But no one is here because of Noodle. You want the glory of being the greatest fighter in all of Ninjago! Everyone but the ninja cheered. And what happens if they lose? Garmadon asked suspiciously. Lose? Who here likes to lose? Chen said, making everyone laugh. He's hiding something. He dodged the question, Irene whispered to Cole. Now please, enjoy my island. It's a super fun, happy place. Ha 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 ha. Fun time on me, Chen said. You'll now each be shown to your rooms, Klaus announced as several girls in kimonos and heavy makeup came out, circling the elemental masters. Ah, just what this place needs. Creepy clowns, Jay exclaimed as one of the girls tried to take his arm. Not clowns, kabuki. Chen's jesters, Garmadon corrected. Yeah, well, whatever they are, I don't like them, Cole said as the kabuki led them away. So much for staying together, Kai remarked as they were led into an atrium and up the stairs to different floors. Always be ready. Never lose focus, Garmadon called. What did he say? Kai asked. I don't know. Something about mucus? Jay guessed. Your illusion suite, Master Irene, the kabuki said, opening the door to a room decorated in indigo, purple, and silver. Irene walked in, taking in the sight. There was a small couch in front of a widescreen TV, a shelf full of her favorite books, a small kitchen that was fully stocked, and a very comfy bed. She opened the closet, finding a new indigo gi hanging in there. Irene tried it on, admiring the sleeveless look. There was a knock on her door. She opened it. Looks like I found you, Griffin Turner said, smiling. Can I get your name now? Irene Mayfield, Master of Illusion. And you? Irene said, extending her hand. Griffin Turner, Master of Speed, he replied, shaking her hand. I gotta say, I've never seen eyes like yours. They're fascinating. Okay, smooth talker, Irene giggled. What do you do when you're not participating in an underground fight club? Oh, not much. I run, obviously, play video games, watch movies, the typical guy stuff, Griffin replied. What about you? Irene brushed a strand of hair from her eyes. Well, I'm a ninja, so there's that. I love hanging out with my family. I like to read and draw. Music is a big part of my life. You like music? She asked. Who doesn't? Griffin replied. So, Master of Illusion, what can you do with your powers? Irene grinned. Shouldn't we wait until the tournament starts before finding that out? She teased. Griffin chuckled. Well, all I can do is move really fast. It'll work against a lot of things, but I want to know if I have a fair chance against you, darling, he pleaded. At that moment, music started playing over the intercom. Fellow fighters, hidden around my island are enough jade blades for every participant except one. The one who returns to the palace arena empty-handed loses, Chen announced. The tournament begins now. Griffin and Irene looked at each other. You wanted to know if you have a fair chance against me, Griffin? Irene said. Yeah, he replied. You don't. She used her powers to create several insubstantial jade blades in the hall and took off running. Gotta find one. If I get eliminated this early, I won't be able to help Zane and the guys will be on their own. Also, I really don't want to find out what happens to the losers. She was tackled by a girl with purple hair. She pushed her off and launched herself to her feet. What was that for? I don't even have a jade blade, she yelled. Don't tell me how to play the game, the purple-haired girl replied. Okay then, good luck, Irene called, seeing a flash of green at the top of a pillar. She manifested a series of force fields leading to the jade blade and bounded up. She grabbed it and flipped backwards as a blur sped right past where the blade had been. Heh, you were right. I don't have a fair chance against you. Took me forever to figure out that all those jade blades in the hall were fake, Griffin said, smirking at her. This one's mine. Go get your own, Roadrunner, Irene called. She started running back to the palace arena, but was stopped by the blonde girl. You won't make it, you know, the girl said. Come again? Irene asked, raising an eyebrow. You won't make it through the tournament. You should give up, the girl continued. I'm a ninja. Giving up isn't in the job description. Move or be moved, Irene ordered. She rushed at the girl, jumping up and flipping over. She cried out in pain as she went down, experiencing a headache like no other. She clutched the blade tightly, knowing that someone was going to try and take it from her. Sure enough, slender fingers were trying to pull it from her grip. She kicked out at the man with the white streak in his hair. She got to her feet and ran for the arena. She ran in, holding up her jade blade. She handed it to Klaus, who put it into an ornate holder with 5 other jade blades. The other elemental masters who'd already retrieved their blades were hanging around. There was a girl with a bright green ponytail, a man that looked like darkness in human form, a man with spiky gray hair and a crooked grin, the invisible man from the ferry, and Griffin! You beat me here! You really are fast! Irene exclaimed, giving him a high five. You're not too bad yourself. I only got here 5 minutes ago, Griffin said. Irene turned to the others. Who are you guys? I'd like to have an idea of who I'm up against, and, I don't know, maybe we could be friends after the tournament is done, she said. The gray-haired man smirked. You're a friendly one. Aren't you one of those ninja? He asked. She nodded. Irene, Master of Illusion, she introduced herself. Ash, Master of Smoke, he replied, shaking her hand. The invisible man introduced himself as Mr. Pale, Master of Light. Darkness personified was Shade, Master of Shadow, and the green-haired girl was Tox, Master of Poison. They talked for a bit as others started to trickle in. Irene introduced herself to everyone and learned their names. There was Camille, Master of Form. She was the purple-haired girl who'd tackled Irene. No hard feelings? She asked. None at all. This is a competition, but that doesn't mean we can't hang out and be friends when we're not chasing down jade blades, Irene assured. Gravis, Master of Gravity, came in next. Nice turban, Irene complimented. Making a statement there or hiding Voldemort's face on the back of your head? Gravis chuckled at her joke. I enjoyed those books. My favorite character was Lupin. Shame he died in the last book, he said. Lupin was cool, but Fred and George Weasley were my personal favorites. I do wish Fred had survived, Irene said. Lloyd and Garmadon walked in. Lloyd turned in his jade blade and walked over to Irene. You made it, he said, grinning. So did you, Greenbean, Irene replied, reaching up and ruffling his blonde hair. I'm just getting to know the other fighters while we wait. They are fascinating. Okay, Lloyd said. He walked back to his father. Bolobo, the Master of Nature, came in next. His impressive beard was as wild as his element. Then came Jacob, Master of Sound. Irene thought it was pretty cool that he could use his elemental power to make up for his blindness. Jay walked in next, wearing only a towel around his waist. What happened to you? Irene whispered to him. I was taking a bath when the round started, and the beardy guy over there broke into my room for the jade blade hidden there, he whispered back. Now, I'm gonna go get some clothes, and you're gonna forget this ever happened. The others will never hear this from me, Irene assured. Jay quickly left to go change. The red-headed girl walked in with a jade blade. Her eyes glanced over to Irene. She walked over. I've never seen anyone with mismatched eyes like that. It's interesting, she said, extending a hand. I'm Skylar. I'm Irene. I look forward to facing you in the tournament, Irene replied, shaking Skylar's hand. She felt a little shiver run down her arm. In walked the blonde girl with the jade blade. Who's that? I ran into her earlier, and I get the feeling she doesn't like me. Or anyone, really, Irene said. She's the Master of Fate, I think. I don't know what her name is, Skylar replied. Master of Fate? Does that mean she knows the future? Could I possibly convince her to see what happens with the Herald and the Harbinger? Could I change my destiny? The next one in was Neuro, Master of Mind. He agreed to show off his powers a little to Irene, easily reading her mind and repeating little details from her memories he couldn't have known otherwise. He enjoyed playing chess and offered to teach Irene. Sure, at some point, she agreed. 2 jade blades remaining, Klaus announced. Wait, I got one, Cole shouted as he ran in. Cole! Woohoo! You made it, Jay called. Where's Kai? Cole asked, joining his friend. Only 1 jade blade remaining, Klaus announced. Irene fidgeted with the end of her braid. What if he doesn't make it? She worried. I don't want him to lose. I don't want any of us to lose. He won't lose, Irie. He'll make it, Cole assured, but he didn't sound too convinced. Karloff walked in, holding the last jade blade. Ha ha ha! Karloff wins! He shouted. Everyone but the ninja cheered. Karloff's gauntlet fell off, still holding the blade. What? He gasped. Kai stepped out from behind him with a screwdriver. Ah, looks like you got a screw loose, he quipped, taking the blade and putting it in the holder. Everyone cheered. Garmadon gave a disapproving look. We have a loser, Chen announced. That's not fair, he cheated, Karloff accused. I did what I had to do, Kai said. Garmadon shook his head. That is not how you win, he muttered. Fine. I lose. Karloff never wanted to be on Stinking Island, Karloff said. Oh, I'm sorry to hear you did not enjoy your stay. I guess this worked out for the best, Chen said. This is goodbye. He pressed a button on the armrest of his throne, and a trapdoor opened beneath Karloff, sending him plummeting into a dark hole. His screams echoed through the room. Irene covered her mouth in shock. As you can see, lose and you are out. Break any rule, you are out, Chen warned. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Master Chen Delicious Noodle. Now rest up. Tomorrow the tournament will recommence. Irene stared at the trapdoor. We must not lose. Bad things will happen, I'm sure of it. The question of what happened to Karloff was on everyone's minds for the rest of the day. Everyone was eating in the chow house. At least the chow's good, Cole remarked, slurping his noodles. Ah, it's killing me. What's under the trapdoor? What happens when you lose? Jay fretted. Don't think about that, Garmadon advised. It's all I can think about. I moved on. I feel guilt. These are not good feelings, Jay said. You think you feel bad? Imagine how I feel, Kai told him. Our mission is simple. Tonight we find Zane and get off this crazy island. And just how are we supposed to do that? You heard Chen. Break a rule and we're out. He's not going to let us roam around, Cole pointed out. Kai smirked. Then it's a good thing we're ninja. Meet me in my room at midnight. Mr. Pale came up to their table. You mind if I join you? He asked. Disappear, pal. This is private, Jay snapped. Mr. Pale promptly turned invisible. Jay sighed. I know you're still here. I can see your lunch tray. Sorry about him, Irene called as Mr. Pale walked away. Wow, Jay, you were really mean, Cole said, surprised. Yeah, it's not like you, Irene added. How am I supposed to know if we can trust him? See what this island is doing to me? It's corrupting me, Jay said. He stood. It has to stop. I'll see you tonight. Irene decided to head back to her room. The Master of Fate stood there, her silver eyes intensely staring Irene down. Is something wrong? Irene asked. You're not going to like what you see, she replied, walking away. Wait! What are you talking about? Irene called, but she never got an answer. She sighed, walking into her room. Griffin, Ash, and Tox were sitting on the couch, obviously waiting for her. Irene raised an eyebrow. You better explain what you're doing in my room before I do something about the intrusion, she said. We saw your ninja buddy yell at Mr. Pale. What was that about? Griffin asked. Irene sighed. He's a little paranoid right now and really stressed out. A lot of things happened and we split up for a while. Jay's actions don't reflect on us ninja as a whole. He's usually really funny and nice. They're all really nice when you get to know them, she said. Is that the only reason you're here, or is there something else? We were wondering if you'd join us for lunch tomorrow, Ash said. Sure, I'd love to, Irene agreed. I will see you tomorrow. They left, and Irene flopped down on her bed for a quick nap before meeting the others. She snuck out of her room and climbed onto Kai's balcony with Lloyd and Cole. Kai let them in. Jay arrived just as Skylar came out onto her balcony right next door. Kai pushed Jay off the balcony before Skylar could see, causing Jay to yell. What was that you said? Skylar asked, turning to Kai. I said, well, what a beautiful night, Kai said quickly. Oh, come on, Jay muttered, holding tight to the ledge. What do you think happened to Karloff? Skylar asked. I feel horrible, Kai admitted. If I had known what would happen. You did what you had to do to stay in the tournament, Skylar interrupted him. I'm sorry if I was cold to you earlier. Psst, Jay hissed. Kai ignored him. Maybe it's good to have friends, Skylar was saying. Kai! Jay whispered urgently. Jay, would you stop making that noise? Kai hissed. Skylar said, You had asked about my power. Yeah, it's so cold out, Kai interrupted, shivering a little. Better call in a night. Skylar looked surprised at Kai's dismissive behavior as he went inside. Oh, okay, sorry to have bothered. Oh, okay, good night, Kai said, poking his head through the door. He waited until Skylar had gone back inside before coming back out and helping Jay up. You just had to leave me hanging, huh, Romeo? Jay said, slightly annoyed. They walked inside. Whoa, nice digs, Jay said, admiring Kai's room. I know, his room is so much nicer than mine, Cole said. Look, chocolate-covered shell peas. I love these. He picked up the bowl and flopped down on Kai's bed. Oh, and look how soft your pillows are. Mine are made of rock. What a crock, he said, getting comfy. Okay, it was almost impossible to get here. This place is swarming with guards, Jay said. Any ideas on how we search the island? We travel by shadow, cover every square inch of this place until we find him, Kai said. Well, that's a given. Do you have a plan for how we search for Zane? Irene sassed. The island's big. We'll need to split up, Jay said. No, we stick together, Lloyd objected. We can search in teams. That way we cover more ground and no one goes alone, Irene suggested. Cole stuttered, guys, this bed is, Cole, I get it. You like my bed. Would you stop playing around? Kai snapped. Cole smirked. I think I know how we can search the island, he said. Quick, lie down on the bed. The ninja did as he suggested, squishing together on the bed. After a few moments of awkward silence, Lloyd said, Okay, I feel ridiculous. Irene added, I feel squished. You guys take up a lot of room. And you don't. You're too small, Jay teased. He grinned. You're right, Cole. The pillows are soft. Is this a joke? Lloyd demanded. I must have done something to trigger it, Cole said. I was laying here, then I stretched. As he stretched, he hit a hidden switch, and the bed flipped over, dumping them all onto a stone floor. Whoa, secret passageway, Jay exclaimed. Cool, Irene breathed as the ninja got to their feet. Nice work, Cole, Kai said, his fist on fire to light the tunnel. Quiet! Do you hear that? Lloyd asked as they walked. They stopped and listened. I can hear it, Irene whispered. Oh, secret peepholes, Jay said, seeing 2 points of light high up in the wall. Ha, super cool, he said, climbing up. Sounds like someone's fighting on the other side of the wall. What do you see? Who's fighting? Cole asked. It's not a fight. It's Skylar's room, and it looks like she's training, Jay replied, peering through the peepholes. Kai gasped excitedly, extinguishing the fire. Let me see, he cried, scrambling up beside Jay. Looks like Kai's got the hots for her, Cole said teasingly. Irene giggled. No, she's competition, Kai protested. He tried to look through the hole. Ugh, wait your turn, Jay hissed. We can at least share, Kai argued. Guys, this is an invasion of privacy, Lloyd said. Ugh, her room doesn't reveal anything about her power, Kai complained. Jay gasped. What was it? What did you see? Cole asked. Did she use her power? Irene asked. Kai was shocked. She's fire. Lloyd realized something. Wait a minute, if we're all descendants of elemental masters... Cole and Irene started laughing. Kai's heart is on fire, Kai's heart is on fire, Kai's heart is on fire, they sang. Can we please just keep moving? Kai said, annoyed. They kept walking. Cole had taken the bowl of shell peas with him and was eating them. It's like a maze down here. Good thing you're leaving a trail back to our room, Kai said to Cole. What? He replied, his mouth full. He looked behind him, seeing a trail of snacks that he'd dropped. Oh, yeah. I meant to do that, he said. Sure you did, Irene snickered, taking a shell pea and tossing it in her mouth. Everyone, stop! Lloyd said. He pointed out a tripwire running across the tunnel. Booby traps. Ha-ha! Booby traps! Even cooler! Ha-ha! Jay said. Lloyd gave him a look. Or, kinda cool. They're totally not cool, 'cause they're dangerous. Jay amended. Only cool when you're not on the wrong end, Irene said. From here on out, we watch our step, Lloyd said. They kept going. Do you hear that? Kai asked. Irene listened, hearing several voices chanting. Everyone be quiet, she whispered, shoving the guys back against the wall and hiding them all with an illusion. Several cultists walked past, chanting ominously. Irene nodded at the boys, and they ambushed 4 of the cultists and took their clothing to blend in. Irene used the melting chocolate to paint fake tattoos on their faces, then disguised herself with an illusion. They quickly followed the cultists to a large chamber. Chen stood in the center, holding a snake-like staff with a glowing crystal. Stop licking your tattoos, Kai hissed. It's chocolate. I can't resist, Cole replied. Lloyd shushed them. Just try to fit in. Bring out the loser, Chen called. 2 more cultists brought out Karloff, who was struggling against them as they brought him before Chen. Get hands off Karloff! Karloff wish he never signed up for this, he shouted. What's chanting for? They're saying, only one can remain. Like I said, use it or lose it, Chen said. A blast of ice from the staff hit Karloff as Chen stole his elemental power. Irene nearly lost the illusion in her shock. He's stolen Karloff's power, Kai whispered. And he used ice. That means he must have already stolen Zane's power too, Cole added. What happened to my metal? Karloff asked, shocked. Your metal? Oh, it's mine now, Chen said, laughing. But I will let you go. Really? Karloff asked hopefully. To the factory, Chen ordered. Karloff screamed as he was dragged away. Lloyd looked over at his friends and gasped. Jay, your face! All your faces! The chocolate's melting, Irene whispered. Who are they? One of the cultists shouted, noticing them. Intruders! Stop them! They must not escape! Chen shouted as the ninja rushed away. Cole triggered the tripwire, causing the door to shut behind them. Irene narrowly escaped, getting her hair caught under the door. Remind me to trim it later, she gasped, letting the illusion drop. They kept running, but another trap was triggered, causing a large boulder to roll down the tunnel after them. They screamed, running as fast as they could. As terrified as she was, Irene couldn't help humming Indiana Jones under her breath. Lloyd elbowed her, and they ran faster, jumping into a hole as the boulder rolled past them. That was close, Cole gasped. That sound, Jay said, hearing a growling noise. The ninja looked down to see a giant snake below them. That has got to be the second biggest snake I've ever seen, Kai cried as they made a wild scramble back down the tunnels and into Kai's room. Are we? Kai gasped. Yeah, barely, Lloyd replied. Did we just... Ow! Cole winced, rubbing a sore spot on his shoulder. No more sneaking around. From now on, let's just follow the rules, Jay pleaded. I agree. That was awful, Irene said. We may not have found Zane, but we found something just as important. This tournament isn't about glory. It's about Chen stealing all of our elemental powers, Kai said. But why? What is he planning? Lloyd wondered. I don't know, but if we're going to find out and find Zane, we have to play by his rules. Agreed? Kai said. Agreed, the others repeated. Good thing we weren't spotted. That was close, Cole said. Yeah, too close, Jay said, turning around and showing a hole in his pants where the snake had tried to bite him. Hopefully we can all get some sleep. We need to be well rested to get through the tournament and find Zane, Irene said. Good night. She snuck back to her room and collapsed on her bed, the adrenaline rush wearing off. She fell into a deep, dreamless sleep.